2024. So we're gonna work on that.
We are trying to get, well, I know I'm
Listen, we're gonna try our level best to get it together and get it together for 2024 because we need to.
yes,
We don't have a choice. And that's what we're talking about today, right, Reese?
this is my favorite, one of my favorite subjects.
Your
Yes,
favorite subject? What's your favorite subject?
goal setting, all that. I
Ah, yes, yes, yes. You love that stuff.
do.
You love that. You're always talking about that and your whole, what do you call it again? What is that stuff? Your vision boarding.
I love vision board.
But do
I
they work
showed you.
well, we'll get into that. But first, I can't wait for let's do our official thing before we get into it because I know our audience has been waiting, but let's do this officially. Welcome, 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 everybody. I don't know if you did it while I was all spaced out. You might have done it. But if you did, I'll say, welcome, everybody. It is the first of 2024. Don't you know it? And we are here with you all again. We're hoping for another great year of 2024. We hope you have a lot of exciting things in store, planned for yourselves. If not, come with us. Help us plan some exciting things for you all. But, here we are at the Let's Connect show with Carol and
Reese.
Reese. Yes, so we welcome you guys. We're so excited to have you here again, and come join us and chat with us. And we're gonna get it together one of these days, right, Reese?
One of these days.
One of these days we're gonna get it together, but we're gonna keep going until we get it together because it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, as long as you're doing something,
Yes, yes. So how was your
it's better than nothing.
how is your New Year's so far today?
Huh?
Has your New Year's been so far?
My New Year's has been quiet and I'm kind of liking it that way. It's most of my time is quiet. You usually ask me what am I doing and I'm like, listen, it's quiet. I'm not doing anything. But over the weekend I had some great get-togethers. We had a girlfriend gathering on what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. On Saturday, I believe. We had a nice girlfriend gathering. It was so much fun. We kicked up our feet. The host was amazing in her cute house, gorgeous house, and she had all this food for us and this and that. We had a really nice time just shooting the breeze. And then after that, it was just quiet. And last night, I called my mom, and we always do this. This is like our little tradition every year. We before the ball drops,
Okay.
and we ring in the new year together because my mama is my best friend. So I call her up and she calls me up. If I don't call her in time, she calls me. She's like, are you ready? Are you ready? So we get that together. She's so cute. And then we ring in the new year together.
What I
And then today, just relaxing, and we got ready for chatting with our peeps here on Let's Connect. That's the exciting thing for today.
and we get to do it on the first. Like,
I know that was so exciting, right? On the first day of the year, we get to do the show.
yep,
We get to wish everybody. What do we wish them, Reese?
prosperous New Year.
Yes, all of our best and most amazing and wonderful wishes for 2024. We know y'all are going to do some big things, and we're here for it. We're here to support you.
Yep.
Indeed.
Um, what did I do? Yeah, my grandson
Did
is
you do anything? Did you do anything fun?
not anything fun. Um, nothing. I just chilled yesterday. Me and my grandson, and
Uh-huh.
12:30, I was in the bed.
Okay.
That was it. I'm like, I gotta step my game up, man.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean step your game up?
Oh, I need to be like I'm just like I don't do anything anymore. Like,
And
like
you
it's
don't have to. Who do you have to please? Your grandson?
right, and he was knocked out.
You don't have to please anybody. You really don't. So please yourself. You do a little something with you and your grandson and you have fun, you enjoy your time together. But apart from that, you don't have to apologize, if you don't have a ton of exciting things to do. I think it's okay. It's okay, girl. I had my feet up. I was watching Netflix. You know how I love to watch my K dramas and my C dramas and all that kind of stuff too.
Yep. So
That's what I do. When I want to kick back with a little glass of wine and I watch my shows.
on the radio, and my big son is
Well, you're on video now.
all this.
Well, listen, it's all love. Okay. You are a well loved mama.
Yes, I is. Yes,
Yes, you is, girl. There's nothing wrong with that.
yes.
Right.
Uh,
Because a lot of sons would not be as affectionate with their moms. They don't want to be on camera showing their love. So I think it's wonderful.
get their 5 minutes of fame.
I think it's great that he comes on and gives you a big hug and a squeeze and a kiss like that. You don't often see that, so good
But
for him.
yes.
So give me some tea, girl. You got any tea?
Can you believe? I don't have no tea.
How you not gonna have any tea for the people? What you mean?
So I just don't. What tea
How
is
you not gonna have tea for your peoples?
listen, it's the first of the year. I'm excused. All right. I don't have no tea. What's happening that really I've been so involved in the holiday season and everything that even if there's tea out there that one flip. That I really don't have no tea today. Isn't that oh my God. It's gonna snow in Florida. I gotta make up some
Well, you gotta make up some tea.
tea.
That's your speciality, girl. So I leave that to you to give us some tea. How you not gonna have any tea? You're always in our people business. How is it you don't have any tea?
No tea.
You always in people's business, always knowing everybody's business. You get so excited, the hair stand up on the back of your head. You're like, ooh, you're the epitome of tea.
Because I've been just so busy with the grandkid and everything. I haven't really been online or hearing stuff. But I got my own tea that I let me just plug it in right now, as you said. So I have kicking it with Reese and friends, right? So I'm starting a new podcast in addition to that,
Okay.
interviewing, like one-on-one, doing one-on-one interviews. I feel like I want to, grow up my, you know, brand, I should say, the good vibes. So who
Oh, okay.
best to start who to be my first guest? Who is my first guest on my show? Kim.
Who?
Kim is my
Oh,
first.
Kim.
So so I was gonna name the show Chit Chat with Reese. That's just not me. It sounded too uh so we're doing it and whatever. And then somebody said, you like to be in people business, you should name the show In Your Business.
Oh, okay.
That's dropping Wednesday.
Wait. I'm confused. So you have Good Vibes TV right now. You got the Good Vibes show.
That has Reese kicking it with friends on that's one.
Right.
So now I'm adding another podcast to the Good Vibes TV, and it's gonna be called In Your Business,
Oh
right?
my goodness, Reese.
yes, yes. And I am going to be interviewing individuals, talking about their businesses, talking about
So oh, okay, you're just gonna be interviewing different people?
sport.
And when is that show gonna be on and where?
Thing on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock on Good
Okay.
Vibes YouTube.
Okay. So is it separate from Good Vibes or is it gonna be on the same channel or what?
Good Vibes. The Good
Okay.
Vibes shows on there, kicking it with Reese and friends.
So that's kind of like a segment off of the Good Vibes.
So Good Vibes is my main platform.
Yeah.
When you go on Good Vibes TV, you're gonna see Kicking It with Reese and Friends, and then
Okay.
business.
Okay.
That first episode drops Wednesday at 7 p.m. I had to tell Kim, I'm like, Kim, it's 30 minutes. You can't get no more than 30 minutes, so get your talk on, okay? Because you know she's
You know, Kim wants like 3 hours to talk.
3 to 4.
Kim is like, nope, I can't do it in 30 minutes. I need 3 hours because I have a lot to tell everybody.
Yes, yes. So that's it. I'm so excited about that. That's just another venture. I'm yeah,
Good. Well, I will be watching
like
and
getting to know the person and what their business is, and just interview. You know,
oh.
yeah.
So Kendra is on, our amazing Kendra, but she says she's having trouble hearing you, so
Can you hear me? I don't know. Can you hear me now? I I don't know how. Let me see. And I'm loud.
she's having trouble hearing, so hopefully everybody can hear. So guys, if you are gonna join us over on our Facebook Live page, if you're hearing us, just hop on our Facebook Live with us and at Let's Connect. That's Let's Connect. Connect is with a K. Let's and KONNECT on Facebook. And it has a nice, wonderful green logo. So hop on the Let's Connect page. You'll see us live on Facebook. And you can type in your comments and interact with us on our live so we know if you're having trouble or anything. Let us know if you can hear us, what you're hearing.
I have more tea. I'm cracking on myself. Okay, this is my tea.
Okay, Kendra says she can hear now. Okay, good.
Kendra gonna laugh at this one, so I'm gonna tell you about this my tea. I ain't talking about nobody. So, child, why I said I'm gonna make some macaroni and cheese.
You're gonna make some what?
Macaroni and cheese for Christmas. Okay.
Okay.
Me now. Okay, so I go and I think I'm doing the thing, and I make this big thing, a big pan of macaroni and cheese because I'm confident like that.
Okay.
Girl, when that macaroni and cheese came out, my my family, they shaded me. I had to throw the whole pan out.
What? Why? Was it that bad?
Listen, it was just bad. It was just bad. Oh,
What was bad about it? The cheese?
I did not do it the right way. Listen here. And my son was like, Mommy, you should be going on TikTok because I can't make it. I always see it. And I'm like trying it. Anyway, my grandmother ate it because she had rather die. And my grandson ate it. I had to throw the whole pan out. But guess what? I told myself I have to get this right. Girl,
Oh my goodness.
I did it yesterday. Girl, my kids were like, yes, mommy. Yes. And I sent a picture to Condra because Condra.
Oh my goodness. Kendra said LOL. She is laughing at you. And Kendra has the cookbook. Kendra has all the recipes and all of that stuff. So, and your good friend, Chef Jay.
Listen. I called.
Kendra said you use breadcrumbs. You use breadcrumbs.
Really, Sandra, you have to put me out there like that?
Oh my goodness. Oh no, she's putting all your business out there. She said you use breadcrumbs. I don't know how you use the breadcrumbs in your mac and cheese.
So what the hell I was thinking?
Oh my goodness, you put breadcrumbs on you did you put it on the top of the mac and cheese? Were you trying to get it like all crunchy and stuff?
Listen, listen here. Don't judge me, but I got it right yesterday, and my boys were like, "Yes, mommy, yes." I had to take a picture. I told everybody, "This
Oh,
is
so
another
you fixed it.
pan." Yesterday, I made another pan yesterday.
Well, good for you, Reese. You didn't give up.
Everybody and Jesus to let them know that my mac and cheese was the bomb. So then Sandra put me out there with my breadcrumbs out there.
Your breadcrumbs mac and cheese. Breadcrumbs mac and cheese. Is that like a new recipe that you're trying out? Breadcrumbs mac and cheese?
Like,
Girl, you know all of these people, all of our listeners that we have who can really throw down are gonna be like, oh my goodness gracious.
I
And
can,
you know, you have one of your regular guests and also a guest on this show, Chef Jay, is an actual chef. You could have called him up. He's a close friend of yours and say, hey, how do I do this?
was like, "Do better, mommy, do better."
That's what your son said.
He always telling me that. And then my cousin was like, "Stick to your oxtails, okay? Stick to
Stick
your."
to your oxtail. Oh my goodness.
I was like,
Oh my goodness. So last week I made oxtail with my mom. That was an honor. And my sister. I can't forget my sister because so it was really funny. It's really funny in the kitchen. When we go to my mom's house, it's hilarious in this kitchen because between my mom and my sisters, I have two sisters. I'm the one who gets like kicked out
okay.
because everybody is so territorial in the kitchen. They're like, nope, I'm making the oxtail and I don't want no help. I don't want no suggestions, no comments, this and that. So you just have to sit there and like zip it. And because my younger sister, she's like, listen, I'm making this oxtail, but she's good at it though. She learned, and it's so good. But my mom and I, we did the cleaning, we did the prep. So, which takes forever. You know, I feel like the cooking is the easier part. She got the easier part to do because
Okay.
that cleaning of the oxtail takes like, it took like at least 2 hours to just prepare it because oxtails, I don't know if any of you all don't know, it's like 50% fat.
2 hours.
It's 50% fat, Reese. So you've got to get rid of all that fat out of the oxtail. You cannot cook oxtail with all of that fat and grease in it.
Okay.
Okay. Cholesterol is important. Diabetes is important. So you cut all that fat off. And the sad part is a little bag of oxtails is like $45.
Yes.
That's what my mom paid for it. That's how expensive it is in New York.
And why the tail of that? Why it is so expensive? Why?
I
What would
know, right? There was a an article on social media, like I don't know, maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago, about people who are stealing oxtail and selling it and all that stuff. They're stealing the stuff because it's so expensive.
well, as you talk about that, Miss Condra have some challenge, Lord. I'm going to go on this 2 week challenge that Condra have no meat for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah, I have to agree. That's a hard one. I'm a meat person. I eat healthy, but I love my meat.
what Condra trying to do, what she trying to do. But listen, if you think I'm miserable now, oh my God. I
No meat for 2 weeks.
yeah,
I mean, it's good though because you get to give your system a break and do like a little cleanse because actually a lot of stuff we're eating in these different meats is not healthy for us. It's not good because what they're putting in them. and that's what we're eating, and it's making us sick.
So
So you
just
might feel better after not eating meat for a while.
better be on point because when I start snapping at her and whatever, listen, it's her fault. That's what she know. It's her fault.
Well, just if you're gonna do that, make sure you have some really delicious recipes on hand that you're gonna substitute.
Sandra, you need to drop your link so we can put it on there because she's gonna be providing the recipes.
Yeah,
So
oh yes, yes, yes.
you need to drop that link so we can.
Yes, Kendra. So we can include the link for everybody and let everybody know about your book and about the link to your book. Of course, it's on Amazon and anybody can go out there and pick up Kendra's book. We have to get the title before the show is over. We have to get the title so we can give it to everybody. But when we do upload this episode to our YouTube page, we will have that in there as well. Title. So we can give it to everybody. But when we do upload this episode to our YouTube page, um, so we can give it to everybody. But when we do upload this episode to our YouTube page, um, so we can give it to everybody. But when we do upload this episode to our YouTube page, I do love hearing myself talk, but I don't like to hear myself say the same thing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I tell my kid that all the time, and you're making me repeat myself 10 times.
Are we still live?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But let's get cranky together. So join me on the 2 week. So we can.
Me join you on a 2 week without me, girl? Who you telling that?
Android, how she's selling out.
I'm not doing that with you. I'm going to be watching you and wishing you well
Oh,
on your journey.
oh my God.
I'll
Yeah.
be wishing you well on your meatless journey for 2 weeks. Listen, I'm already cranky enough. Can you imagine me?
Listen, no more, no chicken wings, no
Oh,
oxtail.
that's you with the chicken wings. I eat oxtail once a year when I go to my mama's house and she makes it. I'm not giving up my once a year treat.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna really try it.
Yes, try it for them doggone chicken wings that you always that you can't give up.
Woo!
So Reese, I'm gonna have our guests come on soon.
Let's get her on or get the guest on.
Yes. So, um, so our guest will come on and chat with us about our topic today before we get to that. Because you have to segue into that, right?
Segue into that.
Yes, my dear.
Who me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have I bought my planner for the year and I started planning already, putting my, start doing my thing. So I'm just ready.
Oh,
Ready? Yes.
okay. Good for you.
One planner, you're right. Usually I have 2, 3 planners and I don't know why. And I don't know. I think I get turned on seeing planners. It has to be that. Yeah.
You and your planners and your but do you work with these things all the time or you just do it once a year at the beginning of the year and that's it?
Oh, listen, let me show you. Let me tell you. I keep my planners too. I keep them and go back to them.
So
I,
you use them throughout the entire year?
I, this is, I don't know if you can see. Maybe not.
It's hard to see it. It's hard to see it.
Girl, and not only that, I decorate it. I
Oh, how pretty.
listen. It's my
But you
my
know what? It's good, Reese, to have a planner like that because it helps you hold yourself accountable.
and then I
But
have going on. that I need to keep abreast of what's going on. And, so I've always been, listen, I've always been a planner person remember when they had the little ones that used to have like the cats on there and the, with the little calendar. It was way back in the night.
Yes. Yes.
I started from that, and then I went up to Daytimer, and then I went up to Frankly Covey, and no, yeah, honey,
Wow.
I was and saw some old ones I had like back in 90 something, and I'm looking at them, I'm laughing and all of
You
that.
know what? Like I said, Reese, if you are the type of person that actually use these things, if you keep going back to it and holding yourself accountable and making sure that you do whatever is said in your planner, then that's fantastic because a lot of people, and me included, I'll have this nice planner and I will write stuff in there, but I don't go back to it.
I have to make it interesting for me. I'll put like Bible verses in there, motivation, because there's so many stuff you can do with it. You don't only have to put, oh, work out today or doctor's appointment. You can make it where you want to go in there all the time. Like I'll have a verse for the week, right?
Yeah.
I'll put a whatever motivation thing, just something to keep
You know,
you.
one of the things I saw when I started a long time ago when I started also doing the planner, and I remember when we started this show back in 2020, September of 2020, you talked about this then at that time. And you talked about having a planner because you've always been so excited about it. And I did watch something on Oprah Winfrey's show. And on her show, she talked about that. But one of the things that she said that you should put in your planner is every day you put in like she calls it accomplishments. So it doesn't feel like a goal or something, just accomplishment. And it could be something small, like, whatever you did that day. It could be maybe you found a good parking spot around your house. You enter that in. So when you go back to it, you feel good about seeing it.
Yes. Yeah. And I like to go back and see what I did for the month or even my past planners. I like to see what I did last year, what I was doing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I love planning. I am a planner person.
I am a planner. I am a planner. I definitely am a planner. And my calendar, oh, you should see my calendar. I cannot live without my calendar. Everything goes on my calendar. Everything. So I'm definitely a planner. And I have I guess like a goal planning thing that I have online and I use it, in my drive and like my Google Drive and stuff, and I'll add stuff to it, things that I want to do. But the hard copy ones, I forget. I start them and then I just toss them out or I don't go back to them. I don't go back to it. But I plan big things.
I'm
I
more
do.
like, how many planners does a person need to be organized? But it turns me on.
Yeah.
So that's me.
And sometimes I'll start with a planner, like you said. I'll start with a planner and it's cute and I like it and it's pretty and I think I'm going to use it. And then I see another pretty one some other time and then I end up with 4 different planners and then I have stuff in each one of them and then I just chuck all 4 of them. Then I don't use them. But I still keep having them. So then I end up with clutter. So we have a coach on the line. So everybody, welcome to the Let's Connect show. I'm so excited about this today. As you guys know, I love to bring amazing guests on our show to chat with us and talk about anything that can help. We like to say, Reese, as you know, we're dropping some gems on the show, right?
Even have my planner to drop listen here. Let me get the planner while you introduce the coach.
Yes, get your planner because we love dropping gems on here. And like I always tell everybody, whether you're listening on our radio show, whether you're live with us on Facebook, or whether you're on YouTube, hello, get your little notebooks out, pen or paper, whatever you take your notes on. Or if you are with it and more technological, get out your phones and whatever your iPads and whatever app you're using because we're going to drop some gems on you. All right. So, with that, welcome to the Let's Connect show. And we have Coach Claire with us today. And she's an amazing friend of mine. And she's so insightful that I was like, Claire, you must come on the show. You look at Reese showing us her planner. It says Reese.
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready, girl. Welcome, Claire. Welcome to the show. We just want to chat today. It's the first of the year. We have so many people who are talking about resolutions and stuff. I don't like to make New Year's resolutions because people don't stick to them. So we're just talking today about goal setting and things we need to do for ourselves. So
Hello,
welcome.
hello. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Carol. It's such a pleasure to be here as your guest and to share with your community. And it's so nice to be here with you all. And first of all, I want to congratulate you, your audience, for having set time for yourself to log in and hear some gems, to say yes to yourself first. I know it's the first day of the new year, and of course, many people are already tired from the festivities or already loaded with responsibilities in the family.
Oh,
However, you say yes
yes.
to yourself to be here in the first place. So kudos to you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kudos. We are here, and I'm so happy for all of our friends who have joined us. We're so glad that you're here because obviously, all of us, we're all human. We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to find our way, in this place that we call a world. So, how do we do it? I don't believe there's any wrong way, but we have an amazing coach here, and she'll just help us talk through a little bit. And guys, as usual, if you all have comments and you're on our Facebook Live with us, just drop your comments or your questions in our Facebook Live. We probably have some of our tried and true friends, right, Reese, who may come on later on, like Michelle and some others, who love to chat with us. So we'll see you guys later in the show. Come chat with us before we get off, and we'll just chat with Claire. So one of the things that I want to start with is, when it comes to the new year, we have a whole lot of people who went and they watched the ball drop. Reese, I know you asked me about this early, like what did I do? Some people went out there and they were all in the hustle and bustle of New York City to watch the ball drop. Me, I stayed at home and I called my mama on the phone. Like we talked about before. So we're all doing many, many, many different things and we're so super busy. I get it. But what are some of the things that we're going to plan for in 2024? What do you think, Reese? Have you written anything down for 2024 as yet so that we can chat with Claire a little bit?
Started
You
to.
don't have to tell us specifically, because if it's private, we don't want to know, Reese.
Okay. Did you warn? Did he warn you, Coach?
Well, I didn't warn her yet, but she'll get to see your personality and see that you're crazy as a fan. So, Claire, be prepared for this crazy lady here. Okay.
So,
Okay,
So,
I've been warned.
and I have so much thing, so much stuff that's going on that I have to like separate each project that I have. I have a couple of I work a day job, then I have a couple of businesses. So I have to like separate each. That's what I'm doing, separating each business and writing what my goal is for the year for each business. So
oh yes. Yes, especially Reese, because you got 15 jobs.
I'm real Jamaican.
Real Jamaican woman with your 15 jobs every time. And just now you sprang another one on me that I didn't even know about.
I have to keep busy. I feel like at this second half of my life, I have energy and I want to get stuff done. And that's what I'm doing. So
But
I'm
are you getting stuff done? Or are you just piling on?
adding on. That's why I have to separate them, see what each project entails. Some entails more work than some. So I'm, that's what I'm doing, like laying out the plan and seeing how I'm going to do it, that I don't overwhelm myself, right?
So the thing is, what I know about you for sure, Reese, is that you do overwhelm yourself.
That's why
And
this year I'm doing it different, right? So I'm mapping it out.
okay.
So
Any advice for her, Coach Claire?
Absolutely. Yeah, and like the key word there is, or the key concept is, you do not want to overwhelm yourself, right? You said it yourself. This is your inner self speaking up. So outside, you have so many plans, right? You have business strategies and ideas and goals and different businesses. So you want to meet them all. And you have a full year for it. Great. And I love how you say, I want to know how to. You're trying to structurize and work from maybe the whole vision into the little details, breaking it down, project management, with the intention that you want to succeed. Because if you overwhelm yourself, you could fall into burnout, you can lose your vision, you can lose your motivation, then nothing gets done. I don't like the word fail, right? We learn, we experiment, we see what works, we pivot. And that's the beauty of life. Life is forever changing. So how can you not overwhelm yourself? 3 ideas that I can help you with, and we can discuss the summary of it, right? We don't have all this time to go into detail for each. But one of the things I've learned for myself in my own business is what moves the needle. What is more important to you? So I hear you say that you have different businesses. Are
Right.
all of these businesses important to you? Do they all come from the intention of your heart? Because we can have many goals, but are they really our goals, or are they someone else's goals? Are we doing this because it's a family goal, or is it my own personal goal? Is it because I'm meeting someone else's expectations, or is it really coming from the intention from my heart? And the reason why it's important to find out the root of it is because we can be going, and really put in all our effort, energy, and time, and it's not really what we really, really want from our heart. So the
Right.
key is to understand who you are, what you want, what fills your heart, what fills your cup, and how can you go about it. So
Right.
bringing down a notch to the root of it all. Who are you? What do you want? It's very difficult, unfortunately, for many of us to even answer that question, because we need time for ourselves. We need time to be quiet, to
Yes.
go inward, to have that
Right.
personal touch with ourselves, that personal time to ask ourselves those questions, to journal, to talk about it with our inner self, even
Right.
with our own inner child. What did that little girl want from the bottom of her heart, from the beginning of time? Sometimes this develops throughout our childhood, and our dreams and desires take a turn. They
Right.
get put behind because, again, life happens. And
Yeah.
other people's dreams and desires take front row. We forget
Yeah.
about our own. So reconnect with yourself. Have that alone time. It's different. Many of us think me time is, going to the spa and the bubble bath and the nails done. This is so beautiful. This is part of self-care. But me time involves going inward, having that time with yourself, with your inner self, to talk, to listen to yourself, to
Yeah.
write about your ideas, your thoughts, your dreams, your hopes, even your doubts. Listen to yourself, and you'll be surprised when you give yourself that time what the inner child, the young inner self, the young inner woman, even your present today woman wants from you.
Right.
You'll be
I
surprised
love that you
what
said
it
that.
says when you give it voice.
I love that you said that because it's like you're giving us permission to do that, right? Because sometimes you know, and I can't speak for everybody, but I can even speak for myself, and I'm sure I'm not the only one on the planet. So there are other people who think like me. You know, when you get older and you get to a certain age, you're thinking, I'm too busy. I don't have time. I don't have time to be really doing all of this stuff. But it's like I feel like I have to give myself permission to do certain things. And sometimes I even have that fear of really looking at myself because I feel like I'm going to be disappointed with what I see because I didn't accomplish all the things that I wanted to accomplish. So I'm afraid of looking in. So I just keep going. You know, I don't want to stop to look. So I'm so thankful that you're saying this because if there are anybody else, if there's anyone else out there who's feeling like that, then you do have to give yourself that permission to stop and look at your inner self because I actually wrote down some of these gems, Claire, and I will be doing it. I promise you that because I do have that fear a lot, you know, of actually looking because I feel disappointed. Like, why didn't I do this or that? Or, you know, I feel like I didn't accomplish what I should have, but I don't want to think about it.
I
So I,
hear,
I think that we should look at it because that will kind of push us to be like, we need to get it done, right? Because I used to be
I,
like, but then I'm like, okay, I need to work on this. So it's kind of like to me, it's like a reminder. We can't get it all. We can't, because I surely don't accomplish everything that I set out to do, but at least I accomplished some, and I feel like, okay, I'm getting there.
and
yeah,
that's a beautiful reminder.
I'm
Go ahead.
so hard on myself sometimes, Reese, that you know what you said is great. Even though my brain knows it, I don't necessarily follow it and stick to that, even though I know that if I get some things accomplished, I should be proud. But I feel like I have all these things I need to accomplish. So since I didn't accomplish all of them, I'm so hard on myself. And don't you or anybody, one of my friends say, "Hey, did you get this and this done?" Then I'm instantly irritable. I'm annoyed. Don't ask me anything. Don't ask nothing because I didn't accomplish it. And so what? Don't ask me.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
problem was I have so many ideas. I want to do man, if I'm like 24 hours to a day, I need to use up every hour doing something. And I'm like, I was all over the place doing project 1 through 50. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I got I had to scale it down to the most important one that I wanted to work and focus on. So I'm like, okay, so that's what I did. I focus like this is what I'm concentrating on, and this is what I'm gonna put all my energy. That's how I started streamlining and started not being so overwhelmed because I was doing 500 things, you know? And I'm like, no, I got to put which I'm like, what project is going to benefit me more at this point?
Right.
And then
Right.
I
I
love that. Yes. Clarity, simplicity is key. I love that you said all of that. And it starts in now, our mind usually, like Carol was saying, sometimes we feel triggered when someone reminds us of what we didn't do, because then we're thinking, well, I'm disappointed in myself. And for
Yeah.
us to start now a change, you first need to love and accept yourself. The now, the
Yeah.
today, the woman today, who you are, what you have accomplished. We often, it's human nature, I guess, to shift into the negative, and we remind ourselves that we have what we haven't done, who we are not yet, the things that we have not accomplished. However, it's not kind to ourselves. We need to nurture, to accept, to love the woman who we are today. When
Right.
we hit that spot of acceptance, of love, then we can see what we need to do to move forward. Otherwise, we're stuck.
Right.
Otherwise, our brain goes into the negative, to the past, and starts shaming us, and we start feeling doubt, and we feel guilt. So we do not want to
Yeah.
move forward, carrying this heavy load of guilt
Yeah.
and shame. We want to move forward with motivation to achieve positive things. So that takes time to rewire your brain so it doesn't work against you, so that it works for you. But I
Why-
love what you mentioned about simplicity and clarity. But it starts with the what can I do now? Where am I? We can do simple exercises like tapping. Even though I have not accomplished what I said I would, I love and accept myself.
Oh,
That tapping.
Yes, this is called tapping, and it does wonderful things for you and your body because we hold
so
trauma.
so for the folks who are listening to us on the radio and are not seeing Coach Claire right now, she is tapping her hand. Okay. I'm sorry I interrupted. I just wanted people to know, people who may be driving in their car right now and so and are listening in radio land and they're not able to see you right now.
Yes, so it's on the side, like the chopping karate side of the hand. And
Okay.
there's a couple of steps. This is called emotional freedom technique, tapping.
Okay.
And there's a whole step-by-step sentences that we speak to ourselves, even though, and we mention what we think is negative. Let's say I have not accomplished X, Y, and Z. I love and accept myself. And then you move to the side of the eye and you continue. Even though
Oh,
I have not started yet with my goals, I love and accept myself. Under your
oh,
eye,
oh,
and you
okay.
continue tapping. Then under the nose, by your chin under the mouth, on your collarbone,
Okay.
on the side of the arm near your broad strap, and then on
Okay.
the top of your head.
Why? What does that do?
Ask her what does the tap?
Yes. So it touches meridian points where our nerves is located and releases trauma. It releases tension.
Oh,
Anything negative that we experience, it gets stuck in our body, and we need to find ways. This is a tool to release it.
ah,
And as you speak these affirmations, your brain is listening, and you learn to shift your mindset. It rewires your brain to not only release, but fill it with the positive.
oh,
Welcome beautiful things for you. So you release negative energy and you welcome positive one. And
awesome.
this is a change because our mind, again, it could be running in the negative loop. When we zap that and we rewire our brain, our life starts changing. We become a new person, our true self,
Okay.
without the guilt and the shame.
I love that. What you say, Reese?
Get my tap on.
I'm gonna start tapping. I absolutely love that because I'm one of the people who need that.
On Hoda, show Hoda and Jenna on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And she was saying,
Oh,
so
oh. I love that. I'm gonna start doing that because like Claire said, it rewires you, so to speak, and that's what I need to do because I'm always so hard on myself. And I'm always saying, okay, I don't tell myself positive things all the time. I usually tend to focus more on the negative in terms of saying, oh gosh, I didn't do this. I should have done this. I should have done this. Why didn't I do this? What? That's not to say I don't say to myself, I'm a terrible person, all that, but I focus on what I didn't get done rather than what I did get done. So I need to remind myself all the time. And I did see a quote at one time that this just brought to mind. It says, say nice things to yourself. And that just brought that to mind.
well, you know what too? What reminds me, I have to write this down. Say nice things to yourself. I
Yeah.
in my planner, because as I said, I go through it all the time. So I see that reminder, right? I'll flip and I'll see, okay, because you don't need that. So that's what I use. That's why I use my planner a lot because that's my reference. Like, so there are days when I just want to give up.
Yeah.
it, but I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, you know. But then I'll go back and I'll see some motivational that I wrote or scripture verse or just something that, oh, okay, all right.
And you know, that's one of the reasons, Claire, why Reese and I wanted to do this topic today. We want to start the year off for a lot of people who are like us, who really are trying to do something positive. But so many times, especially when you go on social media and stuff, everybody has inspirational quotes and blah blah blah. And it's like it's so overwhelming. You just start to tune it out. Because it's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But we wanted to stop and make it meaningful, because it is important. And I just want to remind the folks who are listening to us right now and our friends who are listening to us and our peeps, we like to call them, stop and take some time out for yourself and really focus on some of the things that Claire just shared with us and start practicing it. And I know for one, it's the right time. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's January 1st. Start.
Time of the year because I'm into vision boards, Claire. I love me. The first time I did a vision board, everything that was on the vision board came true. And
But
I
I
just
have so many things. How do you fit that on a vision board?
and I pick out what I want to focus on for that year, right?
I can't decide.
Yeah, you can make a vision board as big as you want. I love it. So I'm looking forward to my vision board this year. Like, I'm doing a virtual vision board party, which you need to come there, Missy.
I'm gonna join you this year because I've never done a vision board, and for that very reason that I just mentioned to you and Claire is because I'm always so conflicted with so many things on my mind, and I have like a project plan that I've created, and it's very long. It has so many things on there that when I get overwhelmed, I walk away from it and then nothing gets done. And when you talk about your vision board, and then I see you with like, it's maybe this big, and you have just like 6 things on there. I'm like, how on earth did you come up with just 6 things?
More important thing. And then I put it on my wall. So every morning I get up or when I pass it, I see it. Like, oh, okay, this is the goal for the year. Yeah, love it. Yeah. And it's also manifestation. I've been like, I've heard people say, oh, I wrote down that I'm going to be a president of a company. And it may not happen that year, but maybe 5 years later, they're like, oh my God, I wrote it down and it came to pass.
So you're saying it doesn't have to be something that comes to pass that particular year.
An example, so I'm sitting down there and I'm writing, and I'm like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do? This was like a couple years ago, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy a car. I'm gonna get a Honda. I was specific, and I just wrote it down. I'm gonna do this. I want a 3-bedroom house. This, that. Went to buy my car. No, I totally forgot that I wrote this. Went to buy a car, looking at different cars. Happened that I got a Honda CRV and whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And I told you, I go through my books back in and I'm flipping through. I'm like, OMG. I actually wrote, I'm gonna get a Honda, that. And here and there, I bought a Honda.
Wow.
And as it sounds, I'm like, wow, manifestation. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's great.
You just
Absolutely. And it works when you connect with yourself, right? The intentions of your heart.
yes.
Who are you at your core? And you start either writing it, journaling, or like creating your vision board. And it becomes a reality because it comes from your heart. You visualize it, you see it daily. Your brain immediately goes for it. It says, oh, this is what Claire wants. Let's go for it. And all of a sudden you start seeing the opportunities. You start making the changes for it to happen, and it'll happen.
So do you do vision boards? Are you into that or? Okay.
Totally. Having vision board, whether with pictures, colors, very specific about the details, and also visualizing it, thinking about it. The brain is so powerful, and we barely tap the right. We barely tap into it. The possibilities are just endless. We put limitations based on our map from family history, traumas, and sometimes when we live from the outside in, we put our limitations based on other people or circumstances instead of living from the inside out. When we start living this way, we are true to ourselves. We are connected with our inner self, with our core values, with the intentions from the heart, and from there, everything flows. Everything flows. And then the ride is smooth. It doesn't mean life doesn't happen. It just means you ride with the waves of life. It just
I
becomes
do
more joyful.
mine with pictures and all that stuff.
So did you put a picture of your Honda CRV on your board?
But the vision board that I usually do, like I like make more money. I put my little money back, my little money,
Pictures of money?
put out money, the dollar sign. I put like, oh, I'm gonna do more business. I put my laptop, and all of that. Yeah, I make it interesting. You know me, I can't be boring. So I don't want a
I
boring.
hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna join you this year because I'm really,
I would have make it talk to me every day.
yes. So I read somewhere that there was a survey that was done, and the top resolution that people make, and of course we all know this, every year is the same thing. And for 2024, it's no different from any of the previous years, right? The top resolution people do is, guess what, Reese? What is it? The gym. Exactly. They're going to go to the gym and they're going to improve their physical fitness. And guess how long that lasts for?
2 weeks.
Say that.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow. Well, apparently it may last a little bit longer than that, but it doesn't let the average is about 3 months.
Okay.
But for you, it might last 2 weeks. Did you know how you love your chicken wings?
It's true. And I've been there where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and by month number 2, it's out the door. See, I don't know who came up with resolutions. Who came up with that?
I know, right? So, being that Claire is here with us, I want to just chat about that a little bit because I don't necessarily like the whole connotation of resolution because it doesn't last, right? So, I think what's more viable is setting goals, right? Like what Claire was talking about. So, setting some goals. But what I read was it's better if we're setting realistic goals, right? So then you don't want a pie in the sky type of goal. That's also important, right, Claire? So can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like somebody right now just sitting at home and say, oh, and setting benchmarks too, by the way, Reese. So, you got to have a benchmark for what you want to achieve. If you say you want to be a CEO, set some sort of benchmark, right? Because it's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen in 2 months or something. So you set some sort of a benchmark time frame or a benchmark in 6 months. Where are you going to be towards that goal of becoming a CEO? Where you're going to be, right? Am I on target, Claire?
Absolutely, absolutely. Actionable steps. This is key because we can think so much and say so much, but then taking it into tangible steps, that's the goal, right? And it takes time and it takes motivation. So how do we learn this, right? We need the structure, we need the discipline. So I heard you talking about having a planner, and it's an excellent idea. Having a journal, having the vision board, all of these are tools and it helps. Also time to be with yourself, going inward. So you can plan this weekly, right? To begin with, so that you don't become overwhelmed. What are 3 things that will move your needle towards your business, towards any goal that you have, towards becoming the new you, having your own new identity of being disciplined or being a CEO, etc. So you can do top 3 things that you can work on every day, or top 3 things that you can work for in the week, so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Okay, the goal is to write a book. Great. But I'm not going to overwhelm myself into putting all these tasks or just not having any structure. I'll do it when I have time. When do you have time? You need to put it on the calendar, set a schedule, take time off, put blocks in your calendar. It doesn't have to be every day because I know, life responsibilities, work and children and cooking and laundry, etc. But you need to also add this because this is part of you. This is what makes you feel alive. This is
Right.
what feeds yourself, right? So put it in the calendar, whether it's half hour that first week for the first 3 months, or 1 hour, or an hour and a half. And then you measure it quarterly, right? Every 3 or 4 months, or if it's every 6 months, see where you're at. Then you can look into the progress, right? You see that you are taking action. Be consistent with that time off, that block of time in your calendar, stick to it, be loyal to yourself, right? You cannot move it aside because someone else needs you now, right? Now you will becoming people pleasers. And that's not what we want. We want a new identity of, okay, I am a goal getter. I have goals and I set my time and I am disciplined and I am loyal to myself. Because when you're not this for yourself, you cannot be all this for someone else. And we need to
Right.
be this type of person in every relationship that we have with our children, with our spouse. But what about the relationship with ourselves? We
Right.
come first. And it's not selfish, it's important. Because again,
Absolutely.
we do not want to go to the extreme of being overwhelmed and experiencing burnout.
Right, right. And remember, everyone, we're not saying that we're not passing judgment on your goals. And we're not saying whether your goal is too big or too small. We're just saying set actionable items, action items that you can, steps that you can take towards your goals, whether they're small, even if your goal is improving your physical fitness, even if your goal is to stop eating meat in 2 weeks. Like Reese.
Oh my God. Yes. Goals that I am going to need to master. Oh,
Maybe Claire can help you figure out some actionable items, steps to take towards that goal. Because I don't see you stopping your meat eating.
I'm gonna try 2 weeks. I'm gonna be cranky.
Teasing you, of course you know this. But yeah, so whatever your goals are, set some action items. And Reese, you're gonna have to set some action items, girl, because this is gonna be difficult for you. And if this is something that you want to do and really do it, then maybe, I don't know, every day, I don't know, whatever you have to do towards that goal.
I don't
Something small. Because I don't see you jumping in cold turkey.
know.
And I just said turkey, which is meat, so I just teasing you. I gotta give you a hard time.
Fish or meat.
Huh?
Can't have fish or meat, not even fish.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I don't know why,
Okay.
but hey, gotta
Okay.
So
So,
go
so you
ahead.
have to find your why.
why am I
The
doing
reason-
I have no clue. Challenging myself. She said it's a 2 week challenge. And I really want to see if I have willpower. I really do. Because I'm a meat eater. I love meat. I want to see what 2 weeks without meat is gonna do to me. If it's gonna make a change in my I really want to see.
Yeah. So then you have to ask yourself, get clear with your why and then the end goal so that you are committed to the journey. You have to find your why and your end goal so that you're committed to your journey. Because otherwise, if you don't know your why, you're not going to feel motivated. And it's going
Right.
to take.
And right now she's saying she doesn't know why. She's just
Exactly.
being challenged to do it.
Exactly.
Let's see if it makes it. The end goal is I want to see what are the benefits of not eating meat for 2 weeks.
Great. So
Okay.
you're looking for the healthy reason, right? Your well-being. And you gotta narrow it down even more.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
why I
Mm.
threw the ball over to Claire, because I'm like, I'm not hearing the why.
I'm gonna try. And then she's gonna send the recipe. So let me see what she sends. Let me see
Oh,
what.
so you can blame it on her. Oh, I didn't like the recipe, and that's why I failed in this thing. No, find a way to make it successful.
Yeah. Well, you'll see.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself. No judgment. Don't judge yourself. Be very nurturing, and you'll succeed. I believe in you.
Thank
There
you.
you go. See, Claire is so kind and sweet. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait and see what will happen with this one. I'm so glad I'm not around you when you're not eating all that meat and getting all cranky and can't have your chicken wings.
I had the last of them today. Okay. Because I'm like, okay, 2 meat, 14 days, no meat. We're gonna do it.
Wait. Aren't you like your grandma? Aren't you gonna be cooking for her and the
Better
kids?
for grandma and the
Huh?
kids. So that
So you're gonna be cooking meat for them and you can't eat any. You're gonna have fun. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have fun, Reese. Well, you know what? I'm rooting for you, girl.
yeah. Yes, we'll see how that goes. Next, we'll see. It will be 1 week.
Well, Claire, I want to thank you so much, my dear, for coming on and just kind of helping us out with a few tips. Before you go, you have any last words you want to leave with us for anybody who's listening who might want to understand what they need to do? Any last words?
Absolutely. Put yourself first. Put yourself first in everything. Um, Top of the day, beginning of the day, every night before you go to bed. Think about reconnecting with yourself, with what you want, with your needs, with your core values, because we use core values towards other people, but we don't turn them around to look at
Right.
ourselves.
Ah,
Yeah. So if you expect your friends to be loyal, ask yourself, are you being loyal to yourself first and foremost? So reconnect with that, with those core values, with your inner self, and have some clarity and peace of mind starting from there.
Good thing
gotcha.
And
that if you want somebody to join you, or if if you expect something from your friends, you have to be that first. That's good. Yeah.
absolutely, very important. We cannot forget.
Oh, thank you so much, my dear Claire. I really appreciate you. We have different topics that we talk about on this show every week, and so many other times that we talk about mental health. We talk about this, we talk about so many different things that we would love to just get a few quick moments of your wisdom. If you have the time, you're always welcome to come on and straighten us out, straighten Miss Reese out with her meat eating stuff or whatever, and me with my, lack of believing in all this stuff. So we appreciate you coming today, and we'll keep in touch, and you are welcome anytime.
Thank you so much, Carol and Reese. Thank you so much for having me and for letting me share what I have learned and experienced in my own life. So,
Yes. Thank you, my dear. We'll talk
thank
soon.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was
Reese, did you play any of our segment music?
New Year's Day, okay? You I'm glad I showed up. That's very I'm glad
Wait
that
a minute. That's not what we're supposed to be doing on this New Year's. It's supposed to be just amazing.
I showed up, okay? It's the first of the year and I showed up. Give me credit for that, please.
Yes, you get credit for it, my dear.
But it was I love the show. I love about goal setting, you know,
Yes,
right there.
I love it. And I wrote down some of these gems that Claire just shared with us. Coach Claire just shared with us some very important things. And you know how sometimes we tend to just pass things off like, ah, whatever, I've heard this before. Yes, we've heard it before. It's not like, you know, she shared anything with us that we've never ever heard in our lives. Yes, but it's stuff because we've heard it in our lives before. Sometimes we tend to overlook it and skip past it because it's like, yeah, I know. But when we stop and really pay attention, and for me, I wrote down several things and I will be practicing, even if all of our listeners, even if you take one thing, right, Reese? Would you agree with me? Even if you take one thing and say, you know what? I'm going to start practicing this. I'm going to start the tapping technique. She talked about so many things. I'm going to start every time I want to affirm something in my head. I'm going to start the tapping thing and tap on my meridians just to make sure I stop myself from what I'm doing and I focus on what I need to do. I'm going to do that. Or I'm going to accept, I'm going to start practicing self acceptance of who I am today. You know, any one of these little gems, I'm going to set some goals and some benchmarks. And it could be just one goal. Let's just set a goal, you know? So I'm so glad that Claire came on and shared what she shared with us. I'm not going to go back over everything she said because what are we going to do with this episode, Reese?
Gonna put it on our YouTube channel and our podcast.
Yes, we're so happy to share this with you and all these gems. It's going to be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. We have so many more episodes out there, and also we're going to upload it to our podcast. So for those of you who just like to listen while you're cleaning the house or running around doing other things, you listen while you're doing whatever you're doing via our podcast. So I also wanted to mention a few quick things too, Reese, about like 2024, right? Some predictions that I saw floating around the place. And one of them is in 2024, people are going to live. One of the predictions is that people are going to live longer and work smarter. I do hope so. I need to work smarter for sure. That's always a goal, right? There are going to be a lot of advancements in like health and beauty. You know, they're going to be, I noticed that there's a lot more work happening in terms of cancer, because when I tell you there are so many people with cancer right now, I have personal friends and family struggling with that disease,
I think
you
that,
know.
but that's a whole different show. But
Yes.
it is. It's like the common cold.
Yeah, and it's sad that right now we don't have a cure for it. So it is wiping out so many people. Um, so there some predictions that there are going to be some advancement in that area. One of the biggest things that's happening, we all know this, Reese, is the challenges with AI.
Oh, oh my God! Don't even listen. Don't even go there. Just me.
And I'm not just talking about Chat GPT, people. We're not just talking about Chat GPT as AI, because a lot of times when we hear AI, we're like, oh, Chat GPT, because everybody use Chat GPT prompts to write, you know, stuff and whatever you want to write, and you use it to create. A lot of people use it to create social media content, and they just use it to help them with stuff. That's like one of the smaller uses of AI. I'm talking about some of the serious ramifications of AI.
'Cause I've heard that they can get your voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
Yeah,
um,
they have some videos that they call what they call like deep fakes,
um
and they look and sound just like you. And there's such advancements in technology today that it's really, really serious. And you and I, just as simple little human beings here going about our day, if someone decides that they have this technology and they want to use it and use it on us, how do we prove that it's not us. Who do you go to? You
Yeah.
know, you and I don't have any connections to the top of the food chain saying, hey, you know, I saw this thing out there, somebody pretending to be me, fix it today, please. We don't have those connections. So can you imagine how difficult it will be for simple people? So one of the challenges is that there needs to be regulations around this. And that's a big thing. There's no really regulatory body that's working on these regulations to make sure. And girl, don't get us started with AI with music. Have you heard some of these songs that are AI generated and they sound just like the artists? And then the artists are not making any money off of it.
So who makes the money off the AI?
Whoever created it.
Oh, see?
Oh yes, and they're sounding just like the music artists. They sound exactly the same, but it's AI generated. And these artists, so that's a huge battle that the artists are worried about too. The recording industry, the music industry, and every other industry who are worried about this, including, you know, myself, I'm a voiceover artist and doing voiceover. I mean, I've heard some terrible ones out there right now. A lot of them sound very mechanical, and you can tell it's AI generated. You can tell it's not a human being, but they're working on it so well these days. There's some of them now, they're sounding more and more human. So, and people are using them to do their voiceovers. So it's being felt everywhere, and they're going to be taking people's jobs too. You know, look at stuff like Chat GPT. Then if you can just put in a prompt and write whatever you want, why do you need writers? Why do you need editors, right? What do you need these people for?
Oh boy.
Yeah, so those are some of the challenges, and the challenges with AI about privacy and bias, accountability, you know, are all the challenges uh, that they're going to be working on. And it's going to be very, very challenging for whoever takes office in that next election or whatever they're doing, in trying to figure those things out. There are in 2024, there are so many predictions about political predictions, who's going to be in office and who's not, and all of that, which I'm not going to get into. That's some entirely different discussion. There are challenges with environmental and climate changes. That is a big deal. We all see this. All you have to do, Reese, right now is turn on the news, or for people who watch YouTube, you go out there. I'm sure you've heard all the climate changes that's happening lately in all the different countries in the world. Places are getting snow that never used to get snow. All this rain, flooding in certain countries. They're having flooding all over the place, destroying homes and homes falling to the ground, buildings dropping to the ground, and all of that in different countries. Right now, as you know, I'm in the New York area, New York, New Jersey area. And even here, the temperature is, we would consider it warm. It's
Yeah.
warm. Because when Christmas is like in the 50s, it's like, hello, what?
I saw somebody post from Canada. That same thing. They're in Canada and they're like, the weather that they're getting in Canada is not supposed to be there. Like,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. You know, and I did see recently a picture of an elephant. It made me so sad, who died just a few feet away from a watering hole. And the reason is the elephant went there to drink, but the water hole dried up. So the elephant died of thirst. And this happened in Africa. And the US, the UK, the EU, and India are the four largest, some of the world's largest emitters of greenhouse gases. And this is affecting our world, our atmosphere. So these four powerhouses have to get together to decide, because they're affecting our climate, you know? But again, challenges, okay? Then one thing I want to mention too, real quickly, fashion and lifestyle changes. Girl, I don't need to tell you about that. You turn on the television every day and you see all these changes. You see people wearing these shoes that have toes, socks with toes. And I'm not even talking about the socks with toes, but these clobber looking things that they're wearing and saying that's fashion. These big red boot that come out, this big rubber.
And people buy, like, that's just ridiculous.
And people are spending so much money on all of these things. So all of these changes, and so it's the departure from the traditional fashions, which sure, it's unique and it's great, but on one hand, it is driving the prices through the roof. But at the same time, for people like myself, or maybe other people who don't have those big budgets, they're moving more towards thrifting now, like thrift stores, and going and rummaging through thrifting, because you can find some really cool things there and unique things. So those are some of the changes that's happening. One thing with the thrifting also is, I do see, not thrifting really, is underneath the fashion, is the slogan t-shirts. You know all about this because you have a business that sells these t-shirts and clothing.
Started doing these different things on t-shirts. Like I just sit and just think of something and just go do it and make it.
And you
Yeah.
make it, and then you advertise it, and people are buying it, and it's so popular these days. It's like everybody's wearing shirts with stuff written on them and all of this stuff.
All my plain t-shirts, I put something on them.
Yeah, it's like nobody, you won't catch a person walking around in a plain shirt anymore, or a
And then
plain hoodie.
I did one for my son because he loved, this is his favorite, do better. Do better. I made a shirt.
Do better.
Listen, I'm telling you, like they put anything on shirts.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's the thing now. I noticed, and every time you see a picture of somebody, it's a message on their clothing. It's like it's a way of communicating now.
Yep.
I'm like, wait a minute, stay away from me because blah 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 blah. I don't have no time for you today. And they don't say it, it's just written on your clothing.
Today, Satan.
Not today. It's hilarious. That's the new thing now. Also with television, some of the changes that's happening with TV is every movie now is a movie from a book or a novel that was adapted to movies.
Finished watching The Black Cake on Hulu.
Are you watching it? Because I sent it to a whole bunch of people. I was like,
I'm like, oh my God, when is the next episode coming on? Like, when is the next season?
I'm too impatient. I'm waiting for everything to be out. I'm one of those people, and then I just serial watch it.
It's done. The season is done. I didn't eat
Oh.
the book.
Yeah, I haven't read the book. Is it a book?
It was a book. I didn't know
That's
that.
right. I did see her with the book. That's
Yeah.
the Oprah Winfrey.
Watch it. It is good.
Okay, because I did send out the notice because we're always trying to support each other and support the community and these authors and writers and movies. So I did send it out to a bunch of people, and I say, oh, check this out. It's on Hulu and it's called Black Cake.
Based in Jamaica, England. Like that. It's really good.
Okay, it's a Caribbean parent, right?
Yeah, Caribbean Parent and Secrets and the Black Cake. You'll see how the Black Cake is it, I'm like,
Is
wow.
incorporated into the writing. Oh, okay.
You onto it. Kim text me like, oh my God, like seriously, I can't stop watching it.
I have to go watch this because I forgot about it. Even though I sent it out to everybody, I forgot about it. So I'm gonna have to circle back to that.
I hope they have a season 2.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch it. And of course, also we have new superstars. So we have so many young people right now who are finding themselves, who are making themselves known, and they're finding ways to become superstars. They don't need the big companies to make them stars anymore.
Follow this little girl on Instagram, Van Van.
Really?
Oh my God, she is so cute. This little girl, she started doing rapping in her father was doing a rap. That girl just she was just in the company of Queen Latifah, MC Light, all that. There was some award show, Woman of Honor or something like that. She
Mm-hmm.
she is so
Wow. Wow.
bad.
That's nice. I love that. I love that. So that goes to my point to say, sometimes I go to certain pages and I'm thinking that, okay, this is something cute and nice. Then I go and I see they have 6 million followers and all that. I'm like, wait a minute.
And there's like even the music. You remember one time you'd have to go to these record companies and give you their demo.
Yes. Yes. No longer.
Oh, look, there's a song. Give me in the booth thing.
Yes.
This man now, he done have his, it done blow up.
Wow.
I bought it. It's on iTunes. He done blow up.
Look at that. So it's those are some of the changes that and that's the power of social media. And you know, so listen, if you have a goal and you have a dream, get out there, set those goals and do it. And I mention these things just to tie it together to remind everybody that there are ways to get your dreams accomplished. And I'm saying this because I'm also saying it to myself, because I'm also hard on myself. And sometimes I myself forget that, listen, there are ways to do what you got to do. Take your time. You're always telling me, Carol, take your time. You don't have to get there right away. Take your time.
Process. You can't, you're not going to get rich overnight. You
Right.
I realize that it's hard work. It is hard
Yeah.
work to get to where you want to be. So
It is. And sometimes we see people and we see them at a certain level and we all think, oh, they happened overnight. And then, no, they've been doing it for a long time.
another person that I admire, Tabitha Brown.
Yes, I like her.
She's like, she, we see her now, but when I'm listening to her story and how she came out like 15 years ago, saying that was her dream, and then and one little thing made her viral. Once you go viral, that's it.
That's it. And you never, the thing about it is you never know what's going to make you go viral.
But exactly. You
I
don't
have a friend. I have a friend, and she was making posts just like me and you, and we have our one person who liked my post and and all of that. My same one person who clicks on my post and blah blah blah. And then she said she posted something one day about her family and her kids. And the next day she woke up and she had like 65,000 followers or something. It's like one post goes viral and it's just boom overnight. You know, so you never know. There's no, to me, and I see so many posts even on Instagram where they're telling you how to go viral. I don't believe in that. There's no formula for it.
maybe there is. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
I
I don't
don't know. I just don't think that there's any, because you'll follow that formula and you will do all these things, like all these people I see out there killing themselves.
hate to get the formula.
What's that?
I have to pay. You think people that's gonna tell you? I just clicked on something this morning. He's a millionaire. Because you see all these people provide, saying that they can help you to reach where you want to reach. But I want to, if I'm gonna follow somebody, I need to see how, if they're a millionaire, okay, then I'll pay to whatever. But if it's you, Carol, coming out, oh, I'm gonna tell you how you can. I
And
need
there
to,
are a lot of those people out there. There are a lot of them.
yeah, but
So it's always buyer beware. Just because you see somebody on social media that says, oh, come and pay me and I'll show you how to be a millionaire. No, you're right now, you're just making them a millionaire. They're not a millionaire.
actually click on this guy's thing this morning, literally this morning. I was listening to him, and he's an African American. He was in Forbes. He, all that. He was a member of Pretty Ricky. So now
Okay.
he has his master's in business, and he shows where he actually is making money. You understand? Because he's in Forbes. Like who's gonna go in Forbes fake? That's
Right.
and so and he says to be wealthy, you got to be around wealthy people because wealthy people will show you how to get wealthy.
Mm.
Understand? I can't be around a poor person telling me how to make the money. You understand? So I look at stuff like that to see where are you in your business. Let me see. There's another lady. Her name is Janice. She's a black billionaire. Oh my God. I forgot her last name, but she is the president of Act One, a staffing agency.
Okay.
And I've been following her for a while now, and I look at her because you know, like first black billionaire, and she has all this, you know. And there's another one, a Jamaican. I don't know if you heard about her. The first Jamaican millionaire or billionaire. I just bought her book. I didn't finish reading it yet. I'm gonna send it to you. She's from Jamaica. I forgot her name, but that's a. I look at I look at people, businesses that you actually can see, other than Oprah, because there's more than Oprah, right?
Right.
Um, so I'm trying to get her name so you can
While you do that, Kendra said it's so true because sometimes you do need to invest though, but you need to invest for the education and direct coaching. So
because
sometimes you do need that.
even the guy this morning was saying, oh, we're so, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. He says everything is not a scam. Everything
Yeah,
is a scam, but because there's so much of it going around, you it's natural that you're gonna say, should I invest all this money? What am I
yeah,
getting out of it?
right. And before you do that though, you have to do your research.
Like the name of the girl is Trisha Bailey,
Okay,
the Jamaican, and she's the first billionaire. So she tells you how she grew her healthcare business,
okay,
right? So I look into, I try to go with people that you see the results.
right. Yeah,
You can say, well, you know, that, if Shaq, listen, that's why I love me some Candy Burst, okay? That girl right there,
yeah.
listen,
She is your role model, your hero.
she knows how to make that money. Now she have her kids in business. She has she set up her kid in business. He does everything. Listen,
So, it's just like Kendra said, sometimes not everybody is a scammer.
it's
There
true.
are some scams out there. You just have to do your research. You got to research their background, see what they're doing, and see if they're legitimate before you go plop down your hard-earned $10 on these people, you
That
know?
little $200 they're asking you to invest, or $500.
Exactly. They're asking you to invest some big dollars. Yeah.
It's
So if,
right up, and like, you know what, that was just a mistake. But the normal person don't have that. The
yeah,
wants to know that if they're investing that money, something have to come out of it, even if they
yeah.
make them.
Absolutely. So if you're going to be doing that, do your research first and find out who these people are and see if you should put the money into that, because sometimes we do need that because otherwise we don't know what to do. And then you sit there stuck, not knowing what to do, and you're stuck forever.
You know what I say? Everything is a gamble. Regardless if it's a job, relationship, whatever. When you get a job, you don't know if you're gonna have that job in 2 weeks or a month or three. It's a gamble. You may not
Yeah,
pass a period. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
If everything in life is a gamble, nothing is guaranteed. So we have to take chances.
yeah,
With
absolutely. Agreed. Another thing is on Instagram, I follow the Black Enterprise Instagram page.
subscribe to their magazine.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
talking about up there, right here, just to show you, Black Black Enterprise Guide to Starting Your Own Business.
Yes. I
Yep.
remember, I think we did an episode off of that from that topic before, Reese. I think you did that. You led that session too. With the Black Enterprise book about how to start your business. We did that before on this show, but I saw their most recent post on their Instagram page, Black Enterprise, is 7 reasons why entrepreneurs should track their time in 2024. 7 reasons entrepreneurs. So we're not just talking about, just regular folks who have a goal and you want to do goal setting and stuff. But if you are an entrepreneur, you want to start your business, you have these fantastic ideas, or if you've already started, 7 reasons that you should track your time in 2024. Take a look at that post and they run down the reasons And it's all a part of getting you right in 2024. Start off right. One of them is discover how you spend your days. Okay, that's why you should track your time. It will help you to see how are you spending your day? Because when you go back, like Reese says, maybe you write it down in your planner or something like that, from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. This is what I'm doing. I mean, 12 p.m. This is what I'm doing. From 1 to 3, I was on the phone chatting it up, hitting it up with my feet up with my girl on the phone. We were just chatting, blah, 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 blah. Then it's like, and then you go back and you look at that, you're like, wow, that was 3 hours of wasted time. Maybe I could talk to my girlfriend for this amount of time or after a certain time so I can get this done.
It's never a waste of time when you get tea. Never.
Never a waste of time to get tea. It's so funny. Well, you go on, girl, because if your tea is paying your bills, you go ahead and get that tea. So you discover how you're spending your days. So track your time, okay? Because it allows you to pinpoint your productivity. And then the other thing too is identify the areas that need improvement. So if you're tracking your time also, it'll help you to identify areas that need improvement. Because like I said, if you're spending 3 hours just kicking it up and getting tea with Reese, then you're like, could improve that. I'll cut that down to 2 hours or to 10 minutes. Or
There's so many resources, so many things that, you know, will help the entrepreneur for the 2024 and
yes.
you know,
So
it,
for those of you who are entrepreneurs, go out there, look at the Black Enterprise page on Instagram. It helps you to forecast more accurately. So you know that if you're looking at your time and you're tracking and blah blah blah, then you know that I'm more productive with this or this time of the day. So you know what? I need to start doing these things at this time of the day and get it done here because within this block of time, I am more productive. I'm more this, I'm more that. So I'm going to do it here and I'm going to forecast who are the people that I need to reach with my business because they also want this that I'm producing. So those are some of the things that you need to look at. I'm not going to
go
to
on and
go
yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to go on all of them, but I just mentioned a few of them because it was so crucial and it's right back to what we were talking about today. And it helps you to create your daily routine and habits that will work for each person. Anything to add to that, Reese?
Not at all. We said it all.
All right, girl.
So I am, wishing for all my people out there to that we have a prosperous year in both our business and our personal um um year this year. And let's let's go get it. Let's get that money.
Let's get that money. Oh, you're so funny. Well, um, for sure, for sure, for sure. Whether it's money that you're after or some other type of satisfaction or some other type of goal, it is fine. As long as your goal is important to you, go after your goal. Make sure that you're doing what makes you happy. Um, and I wish you all the success in that. So as usual, as you all know, I am a voiceover artist, and as in voiceover, I like to just end our sessions each week with just reading you something pertinent to what we were talking about today. It's not always going to be on the same topic, but I do want to go over um what we were doing today. And I had the thing that I wanted to go through, and I think I lost it, Reese.
Don't blame me.
Don't blame you. But I have to blame somebody. I can't blame myself, right?
Oh,
Must I blame myself for this? I don't want to. Um, Yeah, I lost the poem I was looking for, an amazing poem. But maybe I'll read it for you guys another time. It was an amazing poem I had. And I lost it. Yeah. I will prepare it for everybody. And I'll read you something next time. Yeah, don't you just hate when that happens? Don't you just hate when that happens, Reese? I really hate when that happens because I had this thing all set up and prepared and ready to rock and roll for everybody. And then my thing just left me. It just left me, it disappeared on me. I don't know what happened. I was chit-chatting so much and I lost it.
Next week. So
But it is what it is. We shall go over this another time. No worries. I will have something next time.
yeah, with that being said, let's wrap up the show. Do your thing, girl.
So thank you guys for being with us today, the first day of the new year. And I'm happy. I'm happy that we had a chance to spend this time with you today. And I hope that you will come back to be with us next week. Today was the first year of January 2024. Thank you for being with us, spending some time with us, chatting with us. Hope you set your goals. We only have the best wishes for you in 2024, but come on back and be with us each week. Chat with us, share with us. And as usual, what I always say is this is the show called Let's Connect, the show where you find.
Passion,
Say that again slowly, please.
more compassion,
Thank you. I couldn't hear you. You cut out when you said it.
more compassion,
Thank you, my dear. More empathy and less judgment. Thank you, everybody. If you want to see us, this episode will be uploaded on our YouTube page. When you go out there, please subscribe. Please share the episode with your friends
podcast.
and our podcast. All right. Put your notification on, excuse me, so that that bell will ring whenever we upload something new. And what you can do for us to help us out is share the episode, because the more people hear about us and engage with us is the more YouTube and all these platforms will recognize us. So we thank you, we love you, and we will see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.